Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, KGFL Creations. This Friday Sews is going to be a little bit different. I had said I believe it was my last Friday Sews that I was going to do, actually it was not my Friday Sews, I think it was my fabric haul, my Hobby Lobby fabric haul. I said I was going to do some eco bags and that I was going to do a sew along. So I have done that. I have filmed everything. I made my bag, and I have been following this lady. Her channel name is Rosie's Art Studio. I'll put a picture of her channel here, and she has a lot of nice tutorials for making bags, all sorts of bags, everything that you can imagine she has on in her channel. So I did follow along with her. She was teaching how to do step by step everything from beginning to end, all the sizing and everything. So that's what I did. I recorded everything. Hopefully everything you guys can see me doing everything. It's gonna be a bit rough, but stick along with me, okay? So this is the little eco bag. This is the one I made, and you can see I have the little cam snaps. That's what these are called, cam snaps. And then this, you can put it in your purse, you can have it in your car, you can do a lot of stuff with this. And then you just open it, and here's your bag. You see, this is the little flap, the closure, and this is the little bag. Okay, so now let's get into the sew along, and as soon as I'm done, I will be back, and so we can talk a little bit what's going on in my sewing room. Okay, so to make this eco bag, we are going to need the straps. These are nylon webbing straps. I cut them 28 inches because I like them pretty long. So we're gonna need 2 of these straps, and I already cleaned the edges here with my lighter. So we're gonna need 2 of these. We are going to need 1/2 yard of the fabric, which I've already cut. You remember the last time that when I did my Hobby Lobby haul, I bought 1 yard of each of these fabrics. So 1 yard, you can make a bag. So I already cut this. I cut it on the fold. This is the fold right here. So this, I have 18 inches here. And then this is the selvage right here. So I cut to 20, I think it's 20 3/4 right here. Just took the selvage out of the 1/2 yard of fabric. So this is for the body of the bag. This is for the closing. This one I have 12 inches here, and I have 7 inches this way. One of them we are going to add lightweight interfacing. The little interfacing I cut a little bit smaller. I cut them 11.5 inches by 6.5 inches, and I just put it here. So this is what we need. You also need a pen so you can mark it where I like to mark it where we're going to stitch. It's easier to see what we're doing. A ruler when you're going to cut, and also I have this little ruler here with the corners. This one has a 1.5 radius. This one has a 3-inch radius, and this one has a 2-inch radius. So you can use something like this, and if you don't have one of these little rulers here, you can just pick up one of your spools. You can pick up a top of a container. You can use anything that you can do just to make a corner edge, and it can be any corner that you want. I think today I am going to be using the 1.5 inch corner right here. So we're gonna start working with the little closure, which is this section right here. So I'm gonna take all of, oh, I forgot also, we need to have closures for the bag. I bought this little pack on Amazon, and it has a bunch. These are called cam snaps. Last one video that I made for my pajamas, I couldn't remember the name of these little things. You see that my white ones, I've used them already. So there's a bunch of colors here, a bunch of different colors. They are nice colors. And it comes with a little contraption that you go down like this. So I'm gonna be using these to make the closure for the bag. So I'm gonna use these little things, and then I can just choose a color that I like. This you can find in the small little bags. You don't have to buy something like this, a big one like this. It's up to you. So, but I'll be using this. So I'll put everything aside. Now we are going to start with the one with the interfacing. That's the one that we're going to use. So I want to measure 1/2 inch from each side. I'll just put it here 1/2 inch. And I'm going to make a mark right there. I'm using this blue. This is a friction pen, the ones that when you iron, it goes away. You can see that. I like to do this so I know where I'm supposed to sew. So I'm gonna do this all around. Okay, now I want to do the little rounded corner, but I want to pay attention because this is a directional print. So this will be folded like this on the outside. So I want to put my little rounded corner right here. So if you have a directional print, you just put it where you want it to, where it makes it prettier, I would say. So I am going to use, oops, on the other side. I am going to use the 1.5. So I'll just put it here. But if you have, like I said, a top of a container, one of your spools, anything, you can make this with any rounded corner that you can do. And if you want to make it a little bit bigger, you can. If you want to use the 3 inch, to me this is a bit too big for this small little thing here. But I could do the 2 inch also. So right here. Right there. So I am going to go to the machine. I'm going to put these right sides together like this. I am going to go to the machine and I'm going to leave an opening, I would say maybe this much right here, and I'll sew all the way around right there and stop somewhere here, right there, so I can turn it. So I'll be right back after I have sewn this. Now that this is sewed right here, I was supposed to leave that opening right here, but I put the my pins in the wrong place. I like to pin stuff, so, but right now we are going to cut these little corners right here. And here I'm also going to cut a little bit. I am going to go to the iron and I'll be right back and I'll show you what I did with these little flaps here. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, now you see I ironed the whole thing. I remember to get my, this is massive, my pinking shears. So I just cut here at the edges right there and I ironed it nice and flat. So now it's time to turn this inside out. Where did I leave it? Oh, right here. Hopefully I'll be able to do it with no problem. So now that I have turned this, I am going to get my little pointy turner here, and I'm going to tuck the little corner right here. So this is what we end up with. I'm gonna go back to the iron and iron this a little bit more on the edges right here to make it nice and flat. And then when I'm done with this, we're going to go back to the machine and we are going to sew around this whole thing here, and then that will make, we are going to close this little opening right there that we have. So that's gonna close this. But now you can see that I have finished. This is the little flapper. So we're gonna close the bag like this. So I finished this with 1/4 of an inch all the way around. So now let's go into the body of the bag. I am going to put this aside. So this right here is the body of the bag. I have the fold right here, which is the fold of the fabric. And this is 18 inches that way, or 17 3/4. I don't remember how much I cut this. This is the selvage right here, the selvage. So right now what we're going to do is, oh, I hope my head didn't get in the way. We are going to mark right here. We are going to mark 1 inch and then another 1 inch right here. Same thing on the other side. So that's what we're gonna do. The opening of the bag will be right here. So let's do that right now. You can barely see that. And then 2 inches. Yes, this is a little bit stronger. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So now what we're going to do, we are going to go to the iron. We're going to fold this right here, right there, fold it, and iron this portion, this 1 inch. And then after we're done with this one, then we're gonna go and fold this one right there, and then also iron this and make a nice crease right there. Same thing for the other side. I went to the ironing board and I have pressed right there my 2 little 1 inch and 1 inch right there on each side. 1 inch and 1 inch. I even left my iron on, I can hear it. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go to the other side where the bottom is, and here we are going to measure. I'm going just by how the lady had her tutorial on how to do these little bags. She has a marking here of a 2 inch, so I am going to do that. I'm going to get my little ruler here. I am going to mark 2 inches here at the bottom. This is the fold right here. This is the bottom of the bag where the fold is. So I'm going to do a 2 inch right here, and I'm going to mark it. I'm gonna see if I can mark it well so you guys can see it. The 2 inch. This here will dictate how wide the bottom of your bag is going to be. I am making, today I cut for about, going to make 6 bags. So this one I'm gonna do as she has it on her channel with the 2 inches. But the other ones, I think I'm gonna experiment going maybe a 2.5 inch, make it a little bit wider, so I'll see. So now what we have to do is also go to the ironing board and fold right here and iron right there. Just iron like that. So I will be right back. We have I just folded the bottom of the bag to one side. we have the top here where I ironed it twice, the 1 inch and 1 inch right here. So now it's time to attach the flap closure. We are going to now attach it to one side right here. Let's just throw this whole thing that way because I don't want to catch it. We're gonna leave this folded right here, and now we are going to attach it. Pay attention to the side that you want to be on the outside. In the middle here, you're going to have to go in the middle. We are going to go 1.25 inches from the edge right here. So I am going to measure 1.25 inches from the edge, and I'm going to put it right there. And also I am going to measure, I'm going to get my bigger measure, my square, to see if it's in the center. Okay, now I am going to pin this. Now I am going to turn this around. Because I want to measure 3 inches from the edge. This edge right here, this ruler here is just 3 inches, so that's pretty good. Right there. So now I'm going to go to the machine, and I'm going to start right here in this corner, right on top of the stitching already. So I'm going to come right here, all the way here. I'm going to turn and stitch here, go down and around all the way here on one side only. Don't forget, this is on one side only. Okay, now that we have this sewn in, I did tell you before that I was supposed to sew this, 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 and then here, but not supposed to sew here. This is supposed to be open. So when it's time to make the closure, we can put the little snaps right here, just 1 or 2. So yeah, so from here, all the way here, and then across, and then down. You can see my black marker here because I have not ironed this yet, but I will, so that will come out. So now it's time to attach the straps. We are going to now just do one at a time. I am going to measure from the edge. I am going to measure about 6 inches. I'm going to make a mark right there. Now we are going to take the straps. I had only these black straps. I know it doesn't go well with this pretty purple fabric, but I had purchased a roll from Amazon, and I have to use it. So I'm not gonna go out and buy another one. This is pretty stiff nylon, but for what I need, it'll do. So you're going to take your straps and you're going to put it, you see the marking right here? You're going to put it right under. Right there. Put it there. And the other one, make sure that it's not, well, mine is a bit twisted because it was in a big roll. But yeah, so it is not twisted right there. And then we are going to go to the machine and sew. So we're going to go to the machine and we're going to stitch from this side all the way across, going across this, all the way across that. Okay, let's put this nice and tight here. This is pretty thick. I will go slow because I don't want to break a needle or anything here. Wow, this is thick. I'll do it by hand. I might even have to change my needle. Wow. It's okay. Doing it by hand, it works. That's what we have to do sometimes. So now what we need to do, which I think is going to be tough because this thing is very, very thick, is to sew it up like this. Hopefully I can do it. I'm going to put the little clip here to hold it in place. Same thing for the other one. Just pressing it down so it stays in place. Same thing, I'm going to start same side right here, but this time I am going to do right here at the edge. I'll go right there. Now let's do this on the other side. Okay, so now we have to do the sides. It will be done with the French seam. So we are going to put our wrong sides together right here. And we are going to sew 1/4 of an inch all the way down here. I am going to pin it just to keep it in place. I like to pin things. So I'm just gonna pin it a little bit, not much, all the way down. And we are going to sew all the way down, even here. Remember that fold that we had? We're gonna go down all the way. Okay, now that I have done the 1/4 of an inch on this side and on that side, I am going to trim a little bit here. So now that we have this, I think I just touched my microphone with this massive handle. So as we do the French seam, we are going to have to sew this. I'm just gonna massage it with my fingers. But now on this, you see the folded here, we are going to have to fold this way. So I want to just massage it a little bit just to make that little edge that I cut, put it in there. I am going to fold it right there. See right there? And I'm going to put a pin. nice. So now I am going to go to the machine, and I don't know if I'm going to do 1/4 inch. I think I'll do maybe 3/8, or maybe a heavy 1/4 inch all the way this way, and same thing right here, so we can do our front seam. Okay, now we have the bag that has been sewn. Now let's turn it. So I am going to go to the iron, make sure that I iron this well, open up a little bit, and then fold it, massage it again, massaging the seams. So I am going to iron all of this, and I will be right back. I'm ironing this too to remove the my pen mark right there, and I'll be right back. All right, the bag is almost ready. Let's hold my little cam snaps here. As you can see here, it's the bag. I did iron it and made my edges nice and crisp. I ironed here at the bottom where we have the little bottom here. Everything is looking good. So now let's just fold it. So we're gonna turn it the other way. We are going to fold it in on one side, and then you turn this other side right there. You see, it turns right in the middle, like that. Then you turn this that way, so fold it like this, and then this, you just fold it the other way to meet with this end right there. So put the straps right there in the middle, and then you just fold that whole thing that way, and this comes this way right here. So you have a nice little bag right here. So now it's time to put the little cam snaps. I am going to put 2, so I'm going to open this a little bit. I'm going to turn it this way so I can see where I want to put my little snaps. Let's see if I can measure here. There's not much of a science. So this is the little contraption that we have to use in order to put this. So this portion right here has to go right at that little, this black portion right there. And all I have to do is just press. This portion here, it's done. So let's go back and close it, because now I want to mark and see where I want to put the other little side. That is why we did not sew this edge right here. You see this one here? Because now we're going to put the snaps right there. To hold right here. This thing here is very sharp, so I have to be careful with this. Now let's see if we can close this. Hold it once, hold it twice. Here. Hold this one. And then just bring it up. Take this little guy. This little guy. Oh, I heard it. It does work. It's so pretty. Look at that. Okay, now that we are back from the sew along for the eco bags, I have done in total 6 of them. This is 1. I hope you can see it here. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 of these little baggies. I know one of them, my sister already asked me on the comments of the video that I said I was going to do the sew along. She already asked me if I could give her one, so I'm going to give her one of these baggies. I think I'm gonna give my daughter 1 or 2, whatever she wants. I can give it to her. I still have fabric to do more, but I don't have any more of the straps, and I will not be buying the same straps. I will buy another type of strap. So, because as I said on the sew-alongs, that the straps, they were horrible. Maybe after using it a couple of times here and there, it will get a little bit better because it's very stiff. So when I search online and on Amazon to find these nylon straps, perhaps I can find something that is not as stiff. I think this one was a heavy duty that I purchased. Now let's talk a little bit about life. As you guys can see, I have some new lighting behind me. I saw this lighting on a YouTube video. Somebody had these lightings behind the desk here. So I purchased their LED, and they change colors, and you can do whatever you want. Nice and soft. You can keep one color. You can do the strobe. They even go with music. I don't know. I think that's a bit too much. But yeah, so my husband put the little lights for me. So now I have, little lights going on. Still don't have the shelves up there behind me. So that is supposed to be done. Still not done. And my little contraption that I purchased with the little sewing machine up top where I can put my threads, it's still sitting back behind my serger there on the wall. It's still not up in the wall. So maybe I'm hoping this week my husband can go and do that for me, that he can hang the stuff on the wall. So usually it's just little bits. I ask him to do something, and then on and on and on. Plans for the following week, I have to cut still. I did not cut the dress that I said I was going to make with that kind of weird cotton linen-like fabric that I was going to cut. I didn't cut that. I was just doing this. I got like squirrel, and I decided to do the little baggies. I was a bit tired of doing a bunch of clothing. Sometimes I do clothing, and then I like to do some extra stuff, something different. I don't know, just to change it a little bit. I don't know if you guys do the same thing. So that's what I have been doing. I am still going to cut that dress, and hopefully next video I can show you that. My plans for this week, that I hope to cut the fabric for that dress and start sewing that. Cross my fingers that I can do it. I have been very busy at work and things at the home. It's been hot like crazy, as everybody knows. Same thing, same, on and on and on. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me for this Friday sews. I hope you liked it with the different sew along, and I hope to see you guys next week. I want to thank you all for sticking with me, for subscribing, for commenting on my videos. I like to interact with everybody. I try to answer as much as I can, as quickly as I can. And thank you all for your support. So if you can, please hit that like button down below, the little like button. And if you can also subscribe, don't forget to hit that one subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. I hope you have a great weekend and a great week ahead. See you next time. Bye.